Good morning, friend. Today we will discuss about the zero harm. So, if you are a safety professional, so that is very important to think about the zero harm. Are you listen zero harm, zero accident? I hope you are very well aware about the zero harm and zero accident at your workplace. That is also used in target and achieve goal. If you are going to visiting at any construction project, at the main gate display zero harm policy, zero accident policy. So that is very important for aware about the zero harm and zero accident. So today we will discuss about the zero harm, how to achievement zero harm. If you have only put the safety sign as zero harm and zero accident, that is not possible to improvement and achievement also as well, because of that is a very difficult to who, achievement of zero accident at your workplace. So because of uh, why we needs to be he goal a zero accident at your workplace, but because of that human life is very important instead of work. If you have a safety professional, then you must be aware about the life and money, because of life is very important, and as well as money is very important for life. If you who grow in life, you if you are life in upon earth, then you must be available money also. So both are combined, both are a combined relationship with the money and life. So you must be save first life, because of life is very important. And if you have a life in upon earth, then you can and achievements anything. So that is very important to zero accident, zero harm at your workplace. So guys, today we will discuss about the 10 highly effective to improvements and to achievements zero accident at your workplace. So first we have discussed about the everyone is unique in our upon earth. Everyone is unique, because of no one is a very poor and very literature, but everyone is unique in upon earth. If you have working a safety professional, so you must be aware, if you have a total numbers of manpowers working 1000 2000, there are all are different. That is 100 people approx 2000. If you have a 1000 manpowers at your construction project and any industry project, that all are 1000 is different of unique, and different peoples are there. So how to manage the all of them, how to control the each and every minds about the safety proactively work. Because of that, human skilled and non skilled, semi skilled, and different type of peoples are there working on your project. So that is very important. Each and every peoples are different, so how to control them, that is very important. To and everyone needs to be save your life. If you are working, if you have manpower 1000, that is responsibility to everyone come in come and go out without without any harm to the people who are working in your workplace. That is a part. Second, focus on staff turnover. But you know that nowadays organizations are failed to organizations are failed to who focus on staff turnover. If extend, if increase the staff, because of that is a very reasons for that. Because of if you have increase the staff turnover, then there are difficulty of proper safety training, proper staff hiring, which are very experienced persons, and so that is a challenge. So that is main gap of gap of the fulfillment of requirements. If you have hired a non-experienced and poor experienced persons to the organizations, then there are chance of accident will be increased in your workplace. Nowadays people right now organizations are doing the immediate basis hiring within 2 day, within the 15 day, within month hiring. There are no protocol procedures of hiring, but some multinational organizations also doing in advance recruitment and experienced persons and well talented persons hiring to the improvement good health safety. So that is very helpful to you. If you are working a safety professional, so then you must be focused on the staff turnover rate and what are the gap analysis must be done and how to improvement. That is a second part. Third part, there is no 100% competency. You know that that is very important for, or if you want a zero accidents at your workplace, that must be think about the each and every people. There is no 100% of competency to the all peoples, because of if you have conducted safety trainings and more than 15 workers and 50 workers, then everyone not aware about the your safety training. Everyone not concentrations on your training. They are thinking other things. Body is present but mind is not present, because of they are thinking about the something different. So that is a gap. So we cannot say if there is 100% competence people are working. You have take certificate, that is okay, but they are not competent sometimes. So that is a gap, and how to analyze them by observation, safety measures, and your focusing and interactions with the workers, interactions with the competency peoples which are already you have working, they have working in your workplace. So that is very important. Don't worry about the, don't say there are 100% competency of worker. If you are saying 100% are or there 100% competency check it and competent persons are there, that is very wrong, that is very lie, we can say that, because of no one upon earth 100% competency are there. So that is a fact, and don't worry, don't think about the 100% competency, and which are gap, which are not competent, then you must be proper safety trainings and frequent training, because of frequent safety trainings. Next is risk will never be zero. If you have, that is if you want zero harm at your workplace, do not say risk will be never risk will be never zero, never be zero. Means we can say risks will be zero, nothing possible, because of if you have taken safety safety precautions, you have taken already risk assessments, you have a SOP, you have a work method statement, each and everything are there, you have control the HERA, then there are also residual risk are there. 100% risk is not is nothing possible to zero, that is understood that. So don't that is very important too. If you want zero harm, then you must be focused on the residual risk. If you have making HERA, there are last column are there. If you have risk rating in and everything safety measures are taken, then there are residual risk are there. So we must be focused on continuous monitoring safety monitoring, because if you are making a HERA, first column are their activity, after that hazards, after that controls measures, after that risk. What is the risk? uh, First risk, hazards, severity and probability, and exposure frequency. Total as calculated, the risk ratio, risk level. After that you have reduced the risk, how to control. So that after that some risk are there which are residual risk, we can say residual risk. So that is a very importance to think about the residual risk, and always monitoring, good monitoring for residual risk. Because of that is there is not possibility to 100% compliance, but you should monitor them. Next we have discussed about the five five is very five elements is very important. And if you want to become, if you want a zero harm and zero accident at your workplace, then you must be must be focused on eliminating all the hazard. Is not possible, you can say 100% hazard will be eliminated, that is not possible. If you are saying that is wrong, so you must be eliminate the hazards, but we cannot 100% hazards will be eliminated at your workplace. Suppose that we have shared one examples. Now 2-3 years 5 years ago, we are using the vibrator machine which are petrol, you know that. But considering the because of there are very noisy machines, but after that scope of improvements, we are using electrical vibrators machine, but hazards is there. There are noise hazards, we have reduced the noise, but there are electrical hazards will become. If you are using using tower crane, right now people are using the well mechanical system and innovative idea to shifting the materials, but right now, oh, that we have also not we cannot not remove the 100% hazards. Hazards are there each and every terminology. So that is understood that that is not possible to 100% reduce all, of hazards. Then you must be focused on the which are hazards are there, and continuous safety monitoring systems are there, and all safety professionals and including your project team, all at all level wise must be aware about the safety. So then we will achievements zero harm and zero accident at your workplace. Six are there which if you want a zero harm, if you want a zero accident at your workplace, then you must be focused. 6 point, we really working in most hazardous activity. You think I am working, we are working it with most hazardous activity. If you think about think in your minds, then you can also taking good safety precaution. Suppose that if you are going to driving biking, bike driving is a very important and very hazardous activity. If you are not doing proper, if you are not riding proper, so that is think in minds, we are working with the hazardous activity. So we must be keep clear and keep in minds always safety precautions is very important each and every step. Then we can achievements a zero harm policy and zero accident at your workplace. Next we have discussed, if you want a zero harm zero accident, then always we must we focus. People cannot program it. Suppose that you know that nowadays right now people, right now safety professionals are there, safety professionals are talking about the safety training, motivational program, each and every which are leading indicators you have of doing, you know that you will have to do. But but there are not possibility to each and every staffs listens carefully, and each and every staffs of monitoring proper safety precaution. There are two three generations behaviors is related the generations, part of generations, young peoples, you know that also observe them. So we really working peoples cannot the program cannot program the proper safety monitoring system. So if you have conducted meeting safety trainings, there are two three peoples, approx 100 peoples are there, then 5 peoples are very safety violators. If you observe that 5 2 peoples are there each and every industry area, so they cannot listen after your training, after your safety violations. Then keep watch on that peoples which are doing the safety violations and repeated, then take immediate actions to terminate and remove from site. So that is very important if you become a good if you want to zero harm policy at your workplace. Next we have discussed about the behavior based safety trainings. Behavior is very important part, you know that as per the Henry's theory, there are 100 out of there are 88 people are died due to unsafe behavior, that is called of unsafe act, and only for 10% of people die due to unsafe condition, and 2% are there god natural death, we can say god gifted. So that is very important to improvements behavior based safety trainings, continuous monitoring of behaviors, measuring and interactions with the worker, interactions with the staff, so that can understood the what is the behavior of staff, behavior of workers. You must be focused and analyze and record the each and every behaviors as if you have observed. So behavior is a main challenges. If you have improvements, if we will have to improvements your staff behaviors, worker behavior, then very helpful to you who achievement a zero harm policy and achievement a zero safety goal. Next we have discussed as no controls are 100% effective at the all times. Each and every, if you have 100% taking safety precautions, there are not 100% effective. If any construction area in any industry there are nothing 100% impossible to who controls, because of risk are there. So you must be keep watch, and each and every risk will be monitored by the staff. That is a very helpful. Harm cannot hidden separate, that is a very important. If you want a zero harm policy, zero accident policy, then don't hide the any near miss observations, accidents, first aid cases, and any behavior based safety training. Don't hide, don't skip. If you are going to skip and hide the any near miss and first aid cases, means you are going to call the accident. So you must be clarify and proper investigations of each accidents, observations. That must be improvements at your workplace. Next is there zero harm is never been finalized. Zero harm is never been finalized means you cannot finalize the zero harm. There are lot of effort to the all project team members with who are working with the organization, because of if you are going to zero harm is never been finalized, that is very helpful to zero harm. If you have finalized there are zero harm policy and you are sitting front of office, then accidents will become, because you cannot finalize that there are harm zero harm at your workplace. If you have final, then accidents will come, because of you know that there is a scientific reason. If you are doing everything is well, everyone people are very idle. So my boss is talking about the everything is safe. Then people doing the some mistakes, and then accident will become. So that is very important. So we have discussed 10 elements very useful and helpful to achievement zero accident at your workplace. So guys, thanks for watching my video. we I hope to everyone understood that, because of I am also a learner, I am also try to speak and try to awareness to the all peoples which are going to grow in safety profession. So that's it. Thanks for watching my video.